Hello, I'm Laura. It's Tuesday, August 11th, 2026, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is Strong and Steadfast. And today we are focused on steadfast hope and strong bridges for peace. First of all, I would like to invite you to join me in holding the people of Colombia who have just experienced a 7.4 earthquake there in our hearts. We will be getting more news through the week, and I will share more about it later. But right now, we can just hold them in our hearts and send them our prayers and good thoughts. And when we look at being strong and steadfast, steadfast in hope and strong in our bridges for peace, we can reflect on other things that have also been happening this week. 2 days ago, I spoke of the importance of being steadfast for peace. Well, on Monday, that hope got broken as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel totally rejected the United States-led roadmap for peace with Gaza. It is a 15-point plan that mandates that Hamas would disarm in exchange for a phased Israel military withdrawal. There has been some reaction to this, as you can imagine. Gaza-based political analyst Ayad al-Kara said, "These positions represent a clear and explicit coup against the negotiation path and its outcomes, deliberately obstructing the path to calm and greatly reinforcing the state of humanitarian deterioration." Washington, D.C.-based Middle East specialist and fellow at the Institute for Policy Studies, Phyllis Bennis, indicated that only one thing will help at this point, and that is no more money, no more weapons, no more deals, until Israel agrees to a structured phased withdrawal as originally agreed with Hamas. And she also said that is not likely to happen anytime soon. So this could very well dash our hopes, were it not for other things in our world to keep that hope going. For you see, being anti-genocide doesn't mean being anti-Semitic. In fact, U.S. Jewish groups have organized against the war and the conflict in Gaza. There is the Jewish Voice for Peace. It is the largest progressive Jewish-led advocacy group for a permanent ceasefire and an end to U.S. military aid for Israel. There is, if not now, a grassroots movement of American Jews organizing to end U.S. support for what it terms Israeli apartheid. And there is Jews for Racial and Economic Justice, a New York-based and socially focused group, also family-friendly, with religious dialogue calling for ceasefires and Palestinian rights. Then, on a broader scale, there is Standing Together, a major Jewish Arab grassroots movement in Israel organizing for peace and equality. There is Combatants for Peace, which unites ex-combatants from both sides in nonviolent action. And there is Alliance for Middle East Peace, or ALMEP, that I mentioned before in these videos, to scale up hundreds of regional peace-building organizations. So there is a lot in the way of organizations out there that we can look to inspire hope in ourselves. But the way hope is really inspired is by opening our hearts to the hope that already dwells within. And we are going to do that right now in a moment of quiet and hopeful contemplation. So let's take a deep breath and close our eyes and focus on this idea. My hope is steadfast as I contribute what I can to those who are building strong bridges of peace. My hope is steadfast as I contribute what I can to those who are building strong bridges of peace. And so it is. Standing Together on their website has said, where there is struggle, there is hope. So there is no need to give up on that hope for peace. Rather, we can come together, perhaps by choosing just one organization and giving whatever we can, even just a little bit. Because when that meets with other contributions, those strong bridges are built. So thank you for building those bridges with me today as we hold on to hope and we send our good thoughts to the people of Colombia. Have a wonderful day.